Hey, this is Lune, and I've been chatting with Milky today.
Sleep talking when you're talking to me, and I'm sleepwalking to your symphony.
I grew up loving music. I don't think I understood a lot of things as a child growing up or processed anything, to be honest. I grew up with a really bad learning disability, but all I remember is I always understood music, and that was really cool for me. I would just lock myself in the bathroom when I was supposed to be studying and just listen to everything that was recently played on my brother's iPod Touch, so invasion of privacy, but it was really cool. I love music ever since I was a child, and when I was 4 or 5, I knew that I wanted to be a musician or an artist, of sorts. And but you think those things oh, I'm gonna be a pop star, I'm gonna be an astronaut, and you don't really go around to doing those things. And I just wanted to do it so bad, and I think when you really want something so bad, it just sort of works out for you. When I wrote this EP, I wasn't particularly trying to gravitate towards a sound. I was just trying to do whatever came naturally to me on that day, because we always went into the studio not knowing what was going to happen. And the EP was written in a span of, I would say, 2 weeks or so, but they were all consecutive sessions whenever I could get into the studio, because I was also studying at the time. I was writing my thesis for my master's, so anytime I would get into the studio, we would write a song, and that song, each song made it on the EP, which was amazing. We just tried to do whatever came naturally, and at that time I think I was listening to a lot of Death Cab, Two Door Cinema Club, Iron and Wine, so and so, all the coolest bands on the planet. And I guess I just sort of wanted to make something like that. I grew up with that kind of music in the 2000s and fell in love with it, and I wanted to make something like that. They don't have that many artists making music like that now, or at least I grew up with so many artists, but when it came to female artists, I don't think I heard that many female artists who were making something like Death Cab were. I mean, we had Avril Lavigne, but she was more on the pop punky side, and Death Cab was still always a little bit indie or folk or something kind of. I don't really ever understand how I get to a song or get to a track. I just do what comes naturally, and all I could think about was, man, I wish somebody would compare me to Death Cab, or I wish one of my songs would ever play on the OC if the OC were on. And that's what I really tried to do, make something that could be a soundtrack to somebody else's life, or the OC or One Tree Hill. And I hope somebody even texted me that Seth Cohen would have a poster of me on his wall, and I lost my shit that day. I was okay. When it comes to a lot of things, my manager helps me out a lot. He really guides me in terms of what I want to do with the sound I'm trying to achieve and how I'm gonna go about achieving that sound. Really, he taught me to literally write music from scratch and put your soul and your heart into the music that you write, make it as real as possible. It just came down to what felt more natural as opposed to what didn't. And we did have I have this other song which is not gonna make it on the EP. It's called 6,000 Miles, but it's not it's not gonna make it out ever. It's just what we can club in to make this cohesive piece of work, which is going to be the first piece of work out for Lune. And it's just something that we're trying to make beautiful and honest and true, to be honest. I think I learned that I can make a song, finish it with whoever I'm working with in that very day, conclude all those ideas, just a basic demo. And it just made me realize that I was actually capable, that I did belong in a studio. You always grow up thinking, oh, maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I'm not good at this, maybe I'm not good at that. But it made me really feel I was so good at this naturally without even trying too hard, that it made me really believe that I was born to do it. It's a little cheesy, but I really want to believe that I was born to do it, and this is what I'm meant to do. So usually when it comes to visualizing a song, I always visualize it in a particular way. And with Panic at the Party, it was much darker than what I assumed the video would look like. But that's what made it sort of cool. It wasn't completely unidimensional, you know. It was a proper collaboration because it was the director's idea and it was my idea. So it was what two different people saw when they heard the song, because we all envision something, you know, in our head when we listen to a song. And it was very important for me to not just have it unidimensional, but when it came to before, everything that I really want to do with it, the videographers, the whole team, the cinematographer, they thought of the exact same thing. And I just wanted to work with mirrors because mirrors are kind of scary, and you know, they're like this loop and it's consistently being in this loop. I like to use a lot of symbolism, I guess. It actually depends on who I'm, you know, introducing it to. If it were anyone on the planet who is not from Bombay, I would make them listen to Sleepwalk because that's my favorite song on the EP. I just filmed the video for it on Friday. It was the coolest thing ever. But if they were from Bombay, I would make them listen to Bombay because, you know, they would understand. So many times I would have like different songs stuck in my head. When it comes to I'll See You Tomorrow, which is the first song, there's like seeing is deceiving because everyone's like seeing is believing and this and that. But like seeing is deceiving and then it goes on to saying that it's blurrier when it's up close because essentially it is. And people just think that if you get closer to something, you'll see more. But I guess when you get closer to something, you'll get more confused with everything. You know, relationships are complicated. I have been like rehearsing. We've been working on the live show setup, my manager and I, getting all the musicians on board and slowly starting to rehearse. Like I've been getting my piano pieces all on like one folder because I've never done that and I always lose my sheet music because every song is written as a piece. But given the pandemic and everything, every time we're just like, oh, we're one step closer to doing this, somebody's show gets cancelled, and that's really disheartening. Not just like for us, but you know, even just for them. Oh my God, because they put all of that effort and everything into that show and just got cancelled. So it's a really scary time, to be honest, to do any live thing. But yeah, hopefully soon.
It's like you're sleep talking when you're talking to me. And I'm sleepwalking to your symphony.
Christina Perri, Avril Lavigne, Death Cab for Cutie, Iron and Wine, everything, everyone. Oh my God, this is too much. Christina Perri right now, but also Lana Del Rey. Why did I not mention Lana Del Rey? I'm the biggest Lana Del Rey fan on the planet. I have video games, like the lyrics of video games, tattooed on my body. Norman fucking Rockwell by Lana Del Rey. Interstellar. Oh, Last Night in Soho. Such a good movie. Miley Cyrus. She's a rock star. I have only ever been to 3 concerts in my life. The first one was Deadmau5. It was a music festival. Does that count? Eminem's Recovery. Loved it. Island in the Sun by Weezer. Sullen Spice. I don't know, because I'm always moody. I listen to a lot of A$AP Mob. I would love to tour with starting Madison Beer and then go on with Lana Del Rey. Lana Del Rey, she even got an award for it, didn't she? Amazing. Chill. Like literally, you would just be like, stop getting anxious all the time, like chill. When I got on Rolling Stone India without even like really trying, you know, because they really liked everything that I did, and Dave Brito, who works there, loved everything that I did, and it just made me feel amazing. And also when like so many people in Bombay just got like really into anything that I was making. They were like, you sound amazing, you do everything you make is really great. So I thought that, you know, this sort of stuff doesn't happen to people, so it's got to be something.